What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I want to talk about this halftime show and this Christmas Day game. A lot was being made of it prior to it happening because Christmas Day was usually reserved for the NBA. But NBA ratings is absolutely in the trash. It's tanking. I think that it has a lot to do with the fact that all of these stars are overly spoiled. We went from advocating for them having half or 51% of the revenue to the WNBA and women saying that they wanted the same pay as men to now all of the men getting paid and they getting these crazy deals, this egregious amount of money. And there are stars that I think that deserve it, but it's probably only a few, honestly. It's probably only a few that deserve it, but they getting this crazy amount of money and the ratings are tanking and they should be absolutely ecstatic and lucky that they've done a lot of these TV deals prior to this year because when the NFL announced that they was going to do a Christmas Day game, everybody knew that it was coming. Everybody knew that it was going to be an L for the NBA and every other league inside of the United States of America specifically. But let me go through this article on NFL.com that breaks down what the numbers are because I was waiting for the numbers to come out before I started to have this conversation. Netflix NFL Christmas Day Game Day reaches 65 million US viewers, and that was concurrent. I'm going to go into the details. Let's break it down. Goes on to say Christmas was a record breaking day for Netflix and the NFL with an unduplicated audience of nearly 65 million US viewers, according to Nielsen. I'm going to break this down from a business perspective on the Netflix side, and then I want to tell you how this is going to affect other sports leagues, including the NBA. Goes on to say that the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans, which Houston got dragged, 24.3 million average minute audience, and Kansas City Chiefs versus Pittsburgh Steelers, 24.1 million. And I would assume that the Houston Texas game had a little bit more of an uptick because of Beyonce, but we'll get there. We're going to talk about that on After Hours also. Are the most streamed NFL games in U.S. history. U.S. viewership for the Ravens Texans peaked with Beyonce Bowl. Told you. With over 27 million viewers, according to Nielsen. AMA viewership figures based on fast, national live, same day data in Nielsen, which include out of home viewing and CBS local market viewing, along with mobile and web data from Netflix and the NFL Plus mobile viewing from NFL. Global ratings and additional U.S. insights will be released on December 31st, which I can't wait to have that conversation with you guys. Providing a comprehensive look at Netflix's NFL Christmas game day performance worldwide. Goes on to say that the second game of the Netflix Christmas doubleheader Ravens Texans was the most watched Christmas Day game on record among 18 to 34 with 5 million U.S. viewers. Netflix Christmas game day games dominated global social conversation with Beyonce Bowl skyrocketed to number one worldwide, trending on X immediately as her performance kicked off, replacing Christmas itself. Hashtag Christmas itself. Jeez. Following her performance, Netflix occupied 10 of the top 12 trending topics on X and the UX. Hashtag NFL on Netflix also trended around the world, reaching a peak of number 2 in Australia and number 3 in the UK and Germany. This is not just the United States of America. This is the world. This is the world. CBS Sports produced the games, with NFL Media producing the pre-post and studio halftime programming. Everwonder Studio executive produced NFL Christmas Game Day. Now, and also you got to take into consideration that Jay probably architect this deal or help architect this deal, but who knows? I'm just guessing as far as the whole Beyonce halftime. Bringing our members this record-breaking day of 2 NFL games was the best Christmas gift we could have delivered. The Netflix chief content officer said, "We're thankful for our partnership with the NFL and all of our wonderful on-air talent. Let's please not forget the electrifying Beyonce and brilliant Mariah Carey." I forgot about Mariah Carey. She actually showed up too. We're thrilled that our first Christmas game day on Netflix with NFL games being streamed to a global audience. NFL Executive Vice President of Media Distribution, fans in all 50 states and over 200 countries around the world watch some of the league's brightest stars, along with dazzling performance by Beyonce and a historic day for the NFL. Crazy. Now, I would like to think that the Jake Paul Tyson fight was for them to get the bugs out. And that's the part that people are missing. See, people don't look at everything from a business perspective. They only look at it about what their experience is and all of that. I believe that the Tyson Jake Paul stream on Netflix was to help them set the precedent so that they can really create a great experience. And I didn't see anybody complaining about the streaming quality. Ain't that crazy how they fixed all of that? The streaming quality and making sure that their servers can handle the traffic when you got 65 million people that's tuned in all at the same time. And they are absolutely killing it. I think that Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube are at the top of the totem pole. Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube is controlling media. They are the streaming kings. They are absolutely killing cable. Um, they are destroying everything and anything, and those will be the people that control. Those will be the companies that run life when it comes to content and things going on to social media platforms in the future. All right, that's number one. Number two, the NFL, I didn't think that they would be able to control and have a monopoly as much as they are going into 2025 and beyond, more than they are right now. But they obviously are smart enough to partner with some of the greatest people, including the Jay-Z's and people like that, and sticking by him when he was getting those allegations. They clearly are smart enough to understand that they want to have a global reach, which also includes having a bigger reach inside of the United States of America from traditional football fans, and they making the product even greater. And so one of the things that they did was actually take the lunch of the NBA and saying, "I'm big dog. I'm big dog," and it was a smart move. Partnering with these streaming services and rocking out with them, it is a incredibly smart move. They partner with Amazon Prime, they partner with Netflix, and that partnership is going to expand for years to come. Third, it just also showcased and put a nail in the coffin. And I don't think that the NBA is dead, absolutely not. But even me, a person that is a staunch NBA fan that had season tickets for a long time and was spending an egregious amount, in my opinion, supporting the NBA and even sticking by them after they did all of that stupid stuff during the pandemic. Um, but you know, this was the first year in a lot of years that I decided that I didn't renew my tickets. I do spot check some games that I want to go to, and so those are the games that I decide that I want to attend. Probably this year, it will probably be close to anywhere to maybe 5 to 7 games total. 5 to 7 games total that I'll probably go to. I went to two so far, but it doesn't really take off in my opinion until after the Super Bowl. But I'll probably go to maybe 5 to 7 games, maybe 8 games, if because I had to go to the game with the Lakers, which was a great game, and so on and so forth. But as a person that is now spot checking, and I consider myself an avid NBA fan. I love the NBA. I grew up on it. I studied the history of it. I love it. I don't think that the guys that's playing on the league floor today, and I think that Adam Silver is trying to do a good job of trying to adjust the game to force the players to play, but it's still at the end of the day is the players that have to show the passion for the game and the competitive nature for the game, and also show some love to the people that came before them by showing some respect for the game. And I don't think that they have a marketing issue. I don't think that they have a commissioner issue. I think that they have a player issue. Players is rich, fat, happy, and they don't love the game the way that the fans love the game. And the fact that the games cost as much as they do to go to, you have a better experience, honest to God, going to a baseball game, which is much cheaper, going to an NHL game, which is much more action oriented and is cheaper, and the fans love the game more. Going to an NFL, and I think that, or going to a soccer game. If you've never been to a soccer game, I don't care if it don't have to be a major league soccer game. It could be a local team and stuff. It is an incredible experience. You have a great experience at the UFC. I love going to boxing matches. Boxing matches is absolutely awesome. And I will say that I probably spent the most money on an NBA, but had the worst experience out of all of the sports leagues. And they got to fix that. It's a player issue. It is a player issue. It's an affordability issue for most families. And you're going to see even more of a ratings tank considering what the NFL is doing. And now they taking the NBA's lunch. Let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all on After Hours.